There are secrets that aren't hidden in old books or ancient manuscripts. Some of these secrets exist within your own body, and one of them is located at the center of your abdomen. That small spot of skin, barely noticeable when we look in the mirror, isn't just a random mark or a scar left from birth. It's a remnant of something important. It's a gateway, a point that receives energy, a forgotten passage. In ancient times, many cultures recognized the navel as the first point of power. Through it, life enters us, but it can also leave. The body was designed with purpose, and this opening serves as a constant reminder. This is where everything begins. This is where your energy continues to circulate. Most people don't realize that this area can also become a point where your vital energy leaks out. It's like leaving a crack open, allowing your strongest energy to slip away. The unexplained exhaustion, lack of concentration, or feeling empty after certain moments may not come from external factors, but from this subtle energy loss at your center. Now, imagine what would happen if you chose to close this point. What if you shielded it? Not out of modesty, but to protect your own power. What if this simple action could help retain your energy, enhance your intuition, and restore the inner spark that you feel has been lost? This video invites you to remember. To see your body not just as a physical form, but as a sacred map with forgotten areas and signs. We will delve into the ancient teachings surrounding the navel, its connection to energy, and why so many cultures viewed it as a spiritual center. I will guide you on how to cover it with purpose and intention. Doing this can bring major shifts in your energy, your focus, your dreams, and your relationships. Remember, the mystical is not always complex. Sometimes, the biggest awakenings come from simple acts, whether it's a gesture, a touch, or an intention directed at your navel, and your energy will start to flow back to you. Take a deep breath, focus on your core, and prepare to rediscover what's always been there, just waiting for you to activate it. Before modern science reduced the navel to just a scar from birth, many ancient cultures saw it as a symbol of origin, strength, and sacred connection. It wasn't just a leftover mark, but a sign of an invisible connection, a link that was never truly severed. Through the navel, subtle energy and information move. In Vedic traditions, the navel was referred to as Navi, a key point in the subtle body. In the chakra system, it's near the third chakra, Manipura, which represents personal power, inner strength, and energy. Beyond the known chakras, some tantric teachings spoke of a hidden chakra, the lower Vindu, located right at the navel. It was believed that those who understood this point could achieve a balance between the physical and spiritual realms, as the navel represents the equilibrium between what nourishes us and what we give to the world. In Taoist philosophy, the navel is deeply connected to the lower dantian, known as the body's core energy center. Taoist practitioners recognize this as the space where a hidden reservoir of internal energy or alchemy resides. For those practicing Qigong or Niden, it was common to focus energy on the navel or even apply pressure to prevent the qi, or life force, from flowing outwards. For the Mexicas and Mayans, the navel symbolized the cosmic center of the universe. The words Nahuatl and Gelotl, which translate to heart or center, were associated with both the solar plexus and the navel. They viewed it as the point where the physical world connects with the unseen, mirroring the idea represented by the iconic four-petaled flower. This flower symbol, often found in Aztec artwork, was seen as an image of the universe's center and could be likened to the human navel, the heart of our smaller world. In more mystical strands of Judeo-Christian thought, the human body was regarded as a sacred temple. If the heart served as the altar, the navel was seen as the portal or entrance. In the Song of Songs from the Old Testament, the navel is depicted as a round cup filled with wine, symbolizing the continuous flow of inner power. However, over time, these insights were either forgotten, dismissed, or mocked by a more rational, materialistic perspective. As a result, the human body began to be seen simply as a machine, and the navel was reduced to a forgotten scar. But spiritual traditions understood something that modern science has yet to fully recognize, that small, seemingly insignificant mark is a powerful link to the energy of everything around us. If left unprotected, it can serve as an outlet for energy to escape. Consider this for a moment: the navel is the only point on your body that once physically connected you to life before you breathed independently. Once the umbilical cord was severed, why would its significance fade away? What is severed physically remains connected on a deeper, spiritual level. What we may forget does not simply disappear. Many people today feel drained, anxious, or confused for reasons they cannot explain. They look outside themselves for causes but may not realize that energy loss can occur subtly. An exposed navel can act like an open doorway to external influences. Every emotion, every glance, every external energy can enter or leave through that point. This is why ancient teachings emphasized covering, protecting, or sealing the navel, particularly in rituals, while meditating, in public spaces, or during sleep, not as a superstition, but as a profound understanding of energy flow. Now that you know about this, what will you do with this portal? The navel, often overlooked, is a place where your vital energy is collected, focused, and projected. It's like an invisible keyhole. It doesn't have eyelids to shut it, and if we don't consciously close it, it remains an open valve. Information passes through it, but so does power. Think of your body as a chalice, a sacred container holding your essence, like the finest oil. If that chalice has a small crack at the bottom, no matter how much you pour in, it will never stay full. The navel is that base, and the crack symbolizes a lack of awareness of its importance. Throughout the day, we encounter many people, environments filled with noise, rush, and the intentions of others. All of these things influence our energy field. What most people don't realize is that the navel serves as an energy center, absorbing and releasing energy without any filter. It's especially sensitive to strong emotions, unwanted looks, and charged words. From this perspective, it's not about protecting yourself out of fear, but out of wisdom. Just like we close a door to keep the warmth inside during the winter, covering the navel helps preserve our internal energy, preventing our vital reserves from leaking unnoticed. This is where an ancient practice comes in, passed down secretly among healers, yogis, and guardians of hidden traditions. The act of covering the navel with a small disc, cloth, or even your finger during significant moments. It's not superstition, it's spiritual science, it's body alchemy. This simple action triggers a ripple effect in your energy system. When the body senses the seal, it redirects the flow of energy, like a river being contained and deepening its course rather than spilling over. What once escaped now condenses. What was lost now refines. There's also a connection between the navel and the enteric nervous system, often called the second brain, located in the abdomen. This system, connected to the solar plexus, is responsible not just for digestion but also for intuitive insights. Have you ever felt a sense of emptiness in your stomach before your mind has figured something out, or an expansion in your belly during moments of gratitude or connection? When the navel is intentionally sealed, the bioelectric field of the abdomen strengthens, enhancing emotional clarity, intuition, and the energy available for action. It's like shutting that door causes all the internal lights to shine brighter. Some tantric traditions consider the navel a miniature reflection of the cosmos. They believe it's a microchakra that links to higher realms through an invisible thread, a beam of light that still connects the soul to its origin. Every time we touch or cover the navel with intention, it activates that invisible thread, as though we're dialing a secret number on a cosmic phone. What follows next? Well, what often happens is something many people can feel, but can't always explain: a deep sense of presence, a calm within, as if everything has suddenly clicked into place. Some people experience lucid dreams, a surge of clarity, or feel like they've come back to themselves after a period of confusion. It all begins with one simple step: paying attention to that overlooked spot that's always been there, waiting for you to remember it. When you choose to cover your navel with awareness, you're not just covering skin, you're activating an ancient process that begins to transform your inner self. It's as though you've unlocked a hidden door and started hearing what's always been there, waiting for you. Ancient spiritual teachings tell us that the human body is a living reflection of the universe, a perfect microcosm. In this sacred map, the navel is not only the center of the body, but also its primary energetic anchor, the point where life's energy flows. This is where your inner fire can either be sparked or dimmed. When this point is left unprotected, the external world can easily access your energy. It's like living with your front door wide open. Any emotional energy, external vibrations, or collective thoughts can slip through and disturb your inner peace. The body then behaves like a mistuned radio, picking up static, distortion, and spiritual noise. But when you start sealing this center, whether with cloth, a small crystal, or simply pressing your hand over it during meditation or practice, you are creating a sacred container, a chalice, where your energy can begin to collect. This small action sets off a series of shifts in your energy system. First, your aura thickens and stabilizes, as though you're closing the cracks where your energy was leaking. This stronger energy field now acts as protection for your nervous system, shielding you from external disturbances. It also enhances your focus, your intuition, and your personal magnetism. Then, the energy that once spread outward begins to spiral upward along your spine. Rather than dissipating, it is directed into what many traditions call the sacred oil, the dew of the soul, or even the milk of the gods. From an alchemical standpoint, this rising fluid is seen as an inner nectar that flows when everything aligns. This upward movement stimulates crucial glands, the thymus, thyroid, and pineal glands. The pineal, often called the seat of the soul, begins to receive clearer, purer signals. It's as if, by sealing the root, the soul's antenna can now rise more clearly toward higher planes. And this is where something extraordinary happens. Some people experience profound clarity, internal visions, lucid dreams, or a deep sense of peace. This isn't fantasy. It's a shift in vibration, a realignment of your internal being. Furthermore, this practice influences you on an emotional level, encouraging self-control. You begin to retain your energy, learning not to give it away unnecessarily or drain it in relationships or situations that are just habits. Your energy field grows magnetic, not from force, but from genuineness. What once leaked now transforms into presence. The sealed navel acts as a physical reminder of your personal boundaries, a quiet signal that says, "This is where my temple begins, this is where my magic starts." Over time, this practice helps bring your body into better harmony. You become more aware of your needs and more discerning about what you allow in. It's like tuning an instrument that has been forgotten. When your body vibrates at its true frequency, reality starts to respond. Simply knowing that the navel is an energetic portal isn't enough. The true power comes when you bring it into your daily life through small, consistent, conscious actions. Esoteric wisdom isn't just for ancient texts or distant rituals, it's meant to illuminate your everyday existence. The first step is to view the navel not as just another part of your body, but as your sacred center. It's integral. Seal your center every morning before you face the world. Just like you put on clothes to protect your body, cover your navel to protect your energy. You can use a small piece of fabric, hypoallergenic tape, or even a soft patch with a symbol drawn on it, like a solar symbol, spiral, or flower of life. The key is the intention. As you do this, silently affirm, "With this seal, I preserve my energy. What I am belongs to me." This simple morning act will serve as an invisible shield in crowded or energetically dense spaces, or in situations where you usually feel drained. Second, practice a manual connection for a few minutes each day, especially during stressful times or before sleep. Place your palm over your navel and breathe deeply. Visualize golden light radiating from your hand into your navel, expanding inward. This practice not only soothes your nervous system but also helps you reconnect with your center. It's a simple act that anchors you. When everything around you feels chaotic, return to this spot. Third, consider using oils or energetic balms. Some traditions apply essential oils like frankincense, myrrh, Palo Santo, or lavender to the navel. These oils act as activators for your cellular memory, and since the navel has long been a source of nourishment, it responds well to subtle substances. Try this before spiritual practices, meditation, or whenever you need to restore your inner strength. Fourth, pay attention to your emotions when you seal the navel. Many people report noticeable emotional shifts when they begin this practice. Don't be surprised if, after covering your navel, you feel clearer, stronger, or even find old emotions resurfacing. The seal not only helps preserve energy, but it also blocks old emotional patterns from coming in like they used to. This practice is a form of inner sovereignty. Fifth, share this practice with others in a respectful way. If you notice real changes in your energy, focus, or emotional state after practicing for a few days, feel free to share it. But do so by example, not by pushing it onto others. Magic cannot be forced, it spreads through authenticity. When others ask why you seem more centered, peaceful, or vibrant, that will be the perfect time to explain that it all began by covering something as simple as the navel. These practices don't require blind faith or grand ceremonies, just presence, coherence, and consistency. The body responds when we give it attention, and your energy, like a wise river, flows more smoothly when it knows its path is protected. In a world that constantly pulls us outward, screens, noise, hurry, distractions, talking about the navel as a source of power might initially sound strange. But when you look deeper, you realize that it's not just a physical point, it's a symbol of returning to yourself, to the core from which your life began. The navel marks your first connection to existence. Before you took your first breath or saw the world, you were sustained by an invisible cord that provided everything you needed. That cord was cut at birth, but its energetic imprint remains. Like all portals, it's still there, waiting for you to acknowledge it. Covering it, sealing it, activating it is not superstition, it's a subtle declaration of spiritual sovereignty. It's a message to the universe: I recognize my center, I gather my energy, I reclaim my power. And when you do this, not only do you transform yourself, but the world around you changes too, because your vibration changes. Perhaps you've experienced feeling drained, as if something is slipping away from you, and by the end of the day, you're empty for no clear reason. It might not be physical exhaustion, but an invisible energy leak, a loss happening quietly from a place you never considered. Now, you understand. Now, you can seal that leak, close that threshold, and turn it into a sacred space. Because the navel isn't just a scar, it's a dormant seal of forgotten magic. When you honor it, protect it, and listen to it, something within you will remember. It remembers your power, your connection to everything, and that you were born whole, with a sacred map inscribed in your body. Today, I encourage you to look inside for what you already have. Try this practice with an open mind and a ready heart. You don't have to change everything right away. Just focus on that small center each day for a few minutes and notice how things start to shift, like a hidden wheel begins to spin. Remember, the strongest gateways open within, and your navel is one of them. If this idea clicked with you, if it woke up a part of you or brought back an old memory, I invite you to explore more. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell to catch the next insights, and share this video with those ready to rediscover their true selves. Give it a like if this wisdom moved you, and tell me in the comments, have you ever felt energy in your navel? Are you ready to protect your center and let your inner magic shine? See you on the next adventure, where the unseen turns visible.